Leeds recovered from that deflating experience at Queen's Park Rangers on Wednesday night with a display that had character written all over it. Wallace and Batty combined to set up Lee Chapman for Leeds' 60th league goal of the season. They're the First Division's top scorers. Wallace, as lively as ever, laid on number 2, tucked away in the style which has become the hallmark of Chapman's career. Leeds were without both their regular fullbacks, Sterland and Dorigo. Consequently, their wide play must have been a particular delight to Howard Wilkinson. Wallace deservedly getting on the score sheet himself. For their part, Wimbledon had gone 7 games undefeated under their rookie manager Joe Kinnear, and they pulled one back shortly after half-time when Paul Miller scored. But this was always going to be Leeds' day. It had to be under the circumstances which prevail at the top of the First Division. Eric Cantona. Now that wasn't quite the coup de grace. It was provided by Carl Schutz. Terrific enterprise and cross that enabled Chapman to get his hat-trick and his 18th goal of the season. Sheffield United are a handful for any side. Alex Ferguson always knew this was going to be a tough game to win, and I'm sure he would have settled for a draw after Brian Deane found a way through Peter Schmeichel's defences midway through the first half. But the thing about United is they can mix it, up an atom if required, more refined if necessary. This was more a case of playing Harry at his own game, so to speak. Suspicion of offside there, but Brian McClare's equaliser stood, his 21st of the season. Schmeichel had a most eventful match. This throw was delivered with the perception, power and accuracy of a quarterback. Brian McClare was the wide receiver, always aware that Clayton Blackmore was in support, and that was good enough to win the game. But only just. Alan Cork, making his home debut, had a glorious chance to equalise after Schmeichel duffed a goal kick late on. Yet another reason to suggest this could be United's year. A look that says more than 1,000 words. Spurs' worst ever season at White Hart Lane, their 10th home defeat in the league and their 12th overall. David Hurst putting Wednesday in front after fine work by Paul Williams. Goal of the day, contender A. The Spurs are right in the thick of the relegation fight now. Gary Mabbutt's momentary loss of concentration enabled Williams to get Sheffield second. Hardly the result to put Spurs in the mood for Feyenoord on Wednesday night. Arsenal are going well, Ian Wright in particular. Marvellous athleticism and determination, and finding the narrowest of gaps between McCloskey and the goalkeeper's near post, contender B. 5 straight defeats now for West Ham, 4 without scoring, but there appear to be so many distractions at Upton Park, it's little wonder. If only the Bond scheme referred to Billy's way of avoiding relegation. Right again, his 21st in the First Division this season. Only 1 win for Palace in their previous 9 home games, but they've developed a knack of beating Liverpool. They've done it on 4 of the past 5 occasions. Eric Young from close range after manipulating the ball through Grobbelaar's legs. This was of great importance to both sides, and it was County, 9 without a win, who struck first. Phil Turner's astute dummy, Mark Draper unmarked. For Oldham, it was only Andy Ritchie's 6th start of the season, such an influential player for them, and putting them on level terms. Ritchie's second certainly had a look of offside about it, enough to cause hesitation amongst the County defence, but he carried on regardless, and once again his placement was top class. 3-1 Oldham just before half-time, the goal credited to Holden, but it was clearly deflected. Well, having failed to score in 4 of their previous 6 games, there looked to be no way back for County, but Andy Williams had other ideas. Contender C. Williams on loan from Leeds United. Then Dryden got himself out of an impossible situation to send over a magnificent hanging cross that Gary Lund headed in with 6 minutes to go. Oldham won it though 2 minutes later. Goal of the day, contender D, and a real crackerjack from Ian Marshall. Quite a relief after 4 successive defeats. 2 sent off for Chelsea, Andy Townsend and Clive Allen. Coventry's second goal in 7 games proved decisive. A slight deflection, but the power of it might well have beaten Besant anyway. Villa's inability to score defies logical explanation. No goals in 8 of their last 9 league games. Rangers, on the other hand, with only 1 defeat in 17 league games, well, they're on a high. Les Ferdinand making sure Ian Holloway's header crossed the line. Brian Clough received his Manager of the Month award for February beforehand, and then saw his footballing principles perfectly illustrated by Forest's opening goal. Nigel Clough picking out Roy Keane's run from midfield, the Barclays Young Eagle of the Month. Both goals coming in the first half, the second as a result of one of Stuart Pearce's powerful bursts. Then amidst the confusion, Scott Gemmell emerged to clinch Forest's second league win of the year. Luton can certainly play a bit, but they can't win away. Once again they went in front. The crossbar and Dave Watson getting his legs all crisscrossed created the opportunity for Brian Stein. Not one of this morning's papers had a good word to say about Everton, other than the way Maurice Johnston scored his 5th goal for the club from Andy Hinchcliffe's cross. Well, there's the shortlist. First goal